Welcome to another intriguing video from the Golden Mindset. Today's story revolves around the theft that kept investigative agencies on their toes for 6 long years. This isn't just your ordinary theft involving $100 or $200. We're talking about a staggering $3.5 billion heist. Only a single phone call sealed the thief's fate, leading to his downfall. Discover how he managed to stash such a substantial amount in a small box of Cheetos popcorn. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect is why the rightful owner of the money chose to turn away after its recovery, never laying claim to any of it. On September 13, 2019, a person named Jimmy Zhang placed an emergency call to 911. Little did he know that this phone call, initially the call of his life, would eventually plunge him into a significant predicament. Jimmy Zhang used to reside in the small city of Athens in the US state of Georgia. One day, he made a distress call to the police to report a theft in his house. Upon questioning by the police officer, he revealed that an astonishing amount of $400,000 had been stolen from his residence. The police officer was taken aback by the revelation of such a substantial sum being taken from Jimmy's home. Jimmy had a state-of-the-art security system installed in his house, and he possessed CCTV footage capturing the thief who had taken care to conceal his face upon entering. A graduate of Georgia University, Jimmy Zhang was widely recognized as the party boy among his friends. His extravagant lifestyle was evident in the fact that on occasions, he would spend nearly $500,000 in a single party. When he visited a bar, Jimmy was accustomed to having free drinks generously served to everyone around. The majority of his friends tagged along for both the financial perks and the indulgence in debauchery. On one occasion, Jimmy went to the extent of chartering a private plane to fly all his friends to Los Angeles with him, just to watch a football match featuring his favorite team. In essence, Jimmy had amassed so much wealth at a young age that it seemed even he couldn't manage it. When the police were unable to solve the theft case, Jimmy took matters into his own hands and hired a private detective named Martinelli. Suspecting that the theft might be an inside job, possibly orchestrated by one of Jimmy's friends given his lifestyle and social circle, Martinelli delved into Jimmy's private life, meticulously studying his case. This involved examining Jimmy's social media accounts and scrutinizing his bank transactions. The private detective also found herself puzzled by the origin of Jimmy's income, considering his consistent extravagant spending. Jimmy portrayed himself as a Bitcoin trader and crypto investor, a claim that gained credibility among others due to the rising value of Bitcoin and the surge in cryptocurrency trading volumes. According to Martinelli, based on the video footage, the intruder in Jimmy's house seemed well aware of his absence and the opportune time to commit the theft. This strongly suggested that the thief was someone close to Jimmy, privy to every detail of his routine. Jimmy had previous encounters with the Athens police. A few years ago, he was apprehended for possession of cocaine. Since that incident, Jimmy had managed to cultivate a positive relationship with the police through his amicable demeanor. Repeatedly, the Athens police had relied on the footage from Jimmy's outdoor CCTV cameras to solve various cases. However, Jimmy gained significant attention within the police department this time due to his 911 call. Soon, the regional cybercrime unit became aware that $400,000 had been stolen from Jimmy Zhang's house, despite his self-professed identity as a Bitcoin trader. This raised suspicions within the unit regarding the source of his vast wealth, even if it was derived from Bitcoins. The regional cybercrime unit had been investigating the SilkRoad crypto heist for the past 7 years, yet no breakthrough had been achieved in the case for an extended period. SilkRoad was an online platform where illicit activities, including the trading of weapons and drugs, took place. All transactions on this website were conducted in Bitcoins, adding a layer of complexity to the investigative process. In 2012, the SilkRoad exchange experienced a hack where an individual stole the entire holdings of all traders, amounting to a total of 51,680 bitcoins. Given the illicit and dark nature of the website, no one reported the incident. The following year, the owner of the SilkRoad was apprehended, leading to the FBI shutting down the website and seizing control of all its bitcoins. While 170,000 bitcoins were recovered from the SilkRoad owner, the remaining 51,680 bitcoins were still missing, having been pilfered by a hacker before the site's closure. The FBI suspected that the owner of SilkRoad, despite claiming otherwise, had transferred the missing bitcoins to another account, deceiving the investigators. It's important to note that the transactions of all Bitcoin accounts are entirely transparent. While anyone can view these transactions, the identity of the account owner remains anonymous. The regional cybercrime unit speculated about a potential connection between Jimmy Zhang and the 51,680 bitcoins stolen from SilkRoad. To explore this possibility, it was imperative to identify Jimmy's Bitcoin address. A collaborative effort between the Athens police and the regional cybercrime units led to the development of a plan to meet with Jimmy and discuss these matters. Given that the police were already investigating the reported theft of $400,000 from Jimmy's house, the meeting appeared routine to him. 3 plainclothes officers, equipped with body cameras, entered Jimmy's house, leading him to believe they were there regarding the reported theft of $400,000. Amidst their discussion about the theft, they subtly inquired about Jimmy's source of income. In response, Jimmy invited them to his room, where he had 2 Bitcoin miners. A blockchain expert from the regional cybercrime unit was part of the team, and upon inspection, he swiftly deduced that the income from 2 or 3 mining machines could not account for the substantial fortune Jimmy appeared to possess, especially considering his extravagant expenditures. While the team engaged Jimmy in conversation, one of the officers discreetly accessed his laptop and copied one of Jimmy's Bitcoin addresses. Although just one among many addresses associated with Jimmy, it proved sufficient to establish a connection to the SilkRoad crypto heist. The regional cybercrime team's shot in the dark had hit the mark this time. While the account didn't contain a substantial amount of Bitcoins, the transactions aligned with those from the SilkRoad heist a few years prior. At this point, it became an established fact that Jimmy had some connection with the SilkRoad heist. The officers were now on a mission to locate the 51,000 Bitcoins they believed were in Jimmy's possession. They contacted Jimmy once again and scheduled another meeting. This time, they arrived armed with a search warrant. Jimmy's expression turned pale upon realizing the situation. The officers initiated a thorough search of his house, meticulously examining every nook and cranny, tapping each tile in case there was a hidden storage compartment. Ultimately, their attention was drawn to a Cheetos box containing a small towel. The presence of a towel in a snack box raised suspicions, leading them to extract the towel. Beneath it, they discovered a small computer microchip. To their surprise, it was a hard wallet of Bitcoins, still holding 51,000 Bitcoins. The value of the Bitcoins in this hard wallet reached $3.5 billion in 2022. Jimmy Zhang found himself in a tight spot. In his quest to apprehend the thief who stole $400,000 from him, he had lost 51,000 Bitcoins. Jimmy later confessed to the officers that he frequented the SilkRoad exchange to satisfy his drug habit. During one instance, while refunding some Bitcoins from the website, he identified a loophole. Given his knowledge of blockchain, he began exploiting the loophole to withdraw Bitcoins from other users. Once he had withdrawn 51,680 Bitcoins, the SilkRoad owner became aware. At that time, the value of Bitcoins was approximately $600,000. The SilkRoad owner, aware that reporting to the police wasn't an option, privately messaged Jimmy inquiring about the loophole he had discovered. Jimmy, in response, shared the details of the loophole. In an unexpected turn, the owner pardoned him and allowed him to retain the Bitcoins. With the collaboration of Athens police, FBI, and the regional cybercrime unit, an unsolved case spanning many years was finally resolved. In 2023, Jimmy Zhang received a sentence of 1 year and 1 day on criminal charges of wire fraud. This case is regarded as the largest Bitcoin heist in US history. If Jimmy hadn't made that 911 call on that fateful day, he would have continued freely with his Bitcoins. One phone call swiftly transitioned Jimmy from a heavenly state to a nightmarish reality. The FBI issued a notice on behalf of the true owners of the 51,000 Bitcoins, urging them to step forward and claim their assets. However, no one came forward as it became evident that anyone with an account on SilkRoad was likely associated with some form of criminal activity. We trust that you found this video enjoyable, and we encourage you to share it with your friends. Take good care of yourself, and don't forget to stay tuned for our upcoming videos. Until next time, nurture and embrace a golden mindset.